It has officially been announced. The USA Olympics skateboarding team. 8 men, 8 women, 8 people skating the park, and then 8 people skating street. And here's the official list. Now, somebody messaged me the link to this ESPN website article about the whole thing on the Planet Melee Instagram account. So thank you. But here's what it says. There's always been a rebelliousness and a bit of an attitude to skateboarding, and now there's credibility. I don't think having an attitude or rebelliousness means there's not credibility. Anyways, that's what being added to the Olympics will do for a sport, and that was the vibe when USA Skateboarding announced the first ever national team of 8 men and 8 women, including stars Nyjah Huston, Brighton Zinni, and Tom Shar. If that means adding credibility to outside sources, then yeah, maybe some people perceive skateboarding a certain way that was negative, and I guess it does make us seem more legit. I think that skateboarding is fully legitimate. Josh Friedberg, CEO of USA Skateboarding, said, CEO of USA Skateboarding? What the hell is that? USA Skateboarding? USA Skateboarding represents what skateboarding is in the United States today, not in a metaphorical sense, but in a literal sense. I've never even heard of this. I'll dig into that later. When the national team was introduced at the CA training facility, oh, that's cool. I know the guy who owns that. Neil Mims Training Facility, California, which has a street course on the ground floor and a park course on the second floor of a warehouse in an industrial park, blah, whatever. Skateboarding grew up outside of the Olympic structure. It's a lifestyle, it's a culture, it's about finding freedom of expression. All these things are why the IOC, I don't know what any of this is, wanted skateboarding in the Olympics Games in the first place. Olympic inclusion is a historic moment for any sport. The US is where skateboarding came from. The chance to name the first USA skateboarding national team today and share that with the world and celebrate these skaters for their abilities and help them along their paths to quality. Couldn't be more excited. It's an incredible historic moment in the history of skateboarding. Yeah. I mean, Olympics technically has the most eyes on it in the world out of anything ever on TV. So, I mean, that's huge. That skateboarding's in that, that's cool. They actually introduced 4 sports and karate as one of them. I'm probably just as excited to watch that. The 16 skaters qualified for the national team based on their performance in international level events during the previous year, and they will receive support from USA Skateboarding while they attempt to qualify for the 2020 Summer Games. Whoa, so that means they're gonna be getting paid to train for this contest, and that would be an interesting video, is finding out how much you're getting paid for that, because it's probably a decent amount if they're representing the country. What the hell is USA Skateboarding? It's so weird. Skaters will have the opportunity to qualify for the Olympics based on their 3 past best results in World Skate Sanction events during the 2019 qualifying season, combined with their 6 best results during the 2020 qualifying season. A maximum of 12 American athletes can qualify for the Olympics. Skaters not on the national team can qualify on their own merit. So USA Skateboarding has a team that a lot of these skateboarders ride for? Is that what I'm getting? I'm learning as I go. I should probably be more of a news outlet, but I like to learn along with the rest. So this must mean that in the future, skaters have the chance to win this opportunity. I think right now they've solidified who's going to be in this Olympics, who's going to be. The disciplines are street and park. Huston of Laguna Beach, California, who has dominated street league skateboarding, yeah, he wins pretty much every contest, is joined by fellow street skaters Chris Jocelyn, one of my favorites of all time, such a gnarly hard worker in skateboarding. Jagger Eaton, which is actually kind of surprising, even though he murders contests, you just don't really see that much street footage of him. And in my head, I would think, oh, it's probably like the streetest dudes, like Louis Lopez, who's the next guy who is like the most street, should be skater of the year, epic human being. Jagger Eaton's sort of on the opposite spectrum where he skates street but in skate parks. But if it's gonna win the contest, that's what matters. The park skaters are Tom Shar from California, first ever skater to land the 1080. Alex Sorgente, who I've never heard of. Tristan Rennie, who I've never heard of. And Zion Wright, who I cannot believe is skating the park section because he would probably do really well in the street section as well. The thing with park skating, it's a whole different genre of skateboarding, which to me is actually really exciting that I've been skateboarding for 18 years and there's still this side of it that I don't keep up with because I've just never really been interested in the competitive aspect of skateboarding. It just seems like such a art, like you go out and you just sort of create something and you're like, I did this little cool thing today, but there's like a whole park contest, like thing behind it, and I think it's really interesting. It's like fun to see all of it unfold in front of me, like, whoa, who are these new skaters I can watch, like Tom Shar. Huston 24 was the first skater to win $1 million in contest prize money. That's a lot, and he has won a lot more since then. That's even more. I'm obviously happy it's in here at this time. Don't know what that means. and I'm like honored to be able to have a chance to skate the first one. But if it was me, I would have thought it would have been in at least 1 or 2 Olympics ago, just because there are so many kids out there skating, such a diverse sport, all around the world kids are doing it, Huston said, but at least it's in there now. Skateboarding is humongous. It's definitely the most popular extreme sport, I would think, at least in America for sure, and I feel like it's expanding everywhere. Japan right now, it's like people are building their kids to be skateboard competitors. Huston likes his chance to make the Olympics team, which will be announced in May 2020. What? Okay, I don't know what's happening. So maybe it's not officially official. This is US skateboarding. I guess this isn't the official team. I don't really know. I feel like I'm in a good place and I'm definitely confident to be there supporting my country. What? He said. Obviously, there's only one goal, and that's to win. No matter if it's the Olympics or any other contest I'm normally skating, I'm always there to do my best to win. Wow, what a jock douche. No, I'm just kidding. Zinni, 14 of Encinitas, is the youngest gold medalist in X Games history. Now, the funny thing about this girl, I didn't know who she was, and I Googled her. She's literally 14 years old, but Chris Chan did a video with her 2 years ago when she was 12 at the skate park where she was basically like murdering it, and I thought that was super cool. She skates park along with Bryce Wetstein, ooh, that's a pretty harsh name, Jordan Berrics, and Nicole House. I've never heard of any of these girls because I don't really know the park scene. I just don't. The women's street skating are Alexis Sablone, amazing. Best style ever. Kickflip ATL 4 block like 10 years ago. She's been dominating for the longest time ever. And I feel like recently she's sort of been getting the credit that she deserves. Jen Soto, Lacey Baker, who lives in New York, I actually met her the other day, and Mariah Duran. So I've heard of all these girls. They've been skating a lot of the contests like street leagues, etc. blah, blah, blah. And now it's like perfect timing for everyone to be a part of the whole Olympics. I like how it's putting like Nyjah said like, and they put it in the quote, just take out the like. We used to compete in little contests, so I think it's great experience, opportunity to be a part of something this massive. Snowboarding superstar Shaun White, a 3-time Olympic halfpipe gold medalist, has expressed interest in skating in the Summer Games as well. What? Shaun's a real interesting case, Friedberg says. I like Fried. Let's call him Fried for sure. He's an amazing skateboarder. Obviously, he's an even more amazing snowboarder. He's expressed interest to compete in skateboarding in Tokyo. I know he's been practicing and skating a lot more on that mission right now. Yeah, what does Shaun White do? Is he just out there training all the time because you don't see footage of him and he just comes in and kills it because he's literally just sitting there training? The park discipline doesn't necessarily line up with his strength in skateboarding, which is vert skating, but you never count a person like Shaun White out. He is the ultimate competitor. So if there's anybody who could get it together and qualify for the Olympics, Shaun could potentially do that. Okay, so I guess this isn't the official ballot. This is who US Skateboarding has announced. Park is a set of combined concrete bowls that have different featured obstacles such as banks and rails and some elements of vert. So that was the newest thing. It used to be vert and street, and then park was just, I mean, there's skate parks all over the country. Kids grow up skating these skate parks, and there wasn't really a big contest designed for this specific thing, which is weird because it's more commonplace than a street or vert. So it's definitely a cool element to add, and I think it's fun to add all 3 of these, even though I think vert is being sort of pushed out. And one thing that I think will become a little more mainstream soon is freestyle, which I think freestyle skaters would hate to hear me say that because they like their weird niche within skateboarding, but it has become super popular lately, and people like Mike Osterman and Alex Rademacher have become super popular, and a lot of people are really interested in that sport altogether. It's almost like a subsection of skateboarding that nobody really thinks about, and recently they have been. Park is relatively new to contests, Shar said. It's different than street. It's a lot more transition. You're going a lot faster and you have a kind of flow and connect your tricks together pretty well, but I think it's a lot of fun. You can be really creative and do a lot of different things with it. Shar, 19 years old, Jesus, said the road to the Olympics is going to be a challenge, but I'm up for it and it should be a fun adventure. Street course includes obstacles that can be found in any urban environment such as stairs, rails, benches, ledges, and banks. Personally, I think that's a pretty good pick all around. I'm pretty sure all of them would do very well to represent America in this big Olympics thing, and I'm excited to see the other countries. I'm excited to see what Japan does, is Korea gonna even skate in it? What they do, and I think this is going to be fun regardless. I'm not too cool to be like, oh, do the Olympics, fudge that, that's not core skateboarding. I don't care. As long as it doesn't affect the fact that I can go outside and skateboard, I never really care what happens with the politics and culture inside skateboarding. I also think the little pockets of skateboarding that just goes out in the streets every day, skates, goes to the park every day, they won't really be affected. But I do think that skateboarding needs money. I think it would be really cool if more people invested in the sport, and the fact that the Olympics is taking interest means that more money will inevitably come into skateboarding, and I think that's very exciting. I think skaters who spend their entire life getting really good at this craft deserve to make more money. We might actually see a future where more than 10% of the pros who are pro don't have second jobs. That'd be really nice. Anyways, I'm gonna go skateboarding right now, but I just wanted to throw this in there really quick because this just got put up yesterday? No, today. This was just up today, so I want you guys to get the news ASAP. Rocky. But yeah, let's go skateboarding right now, and